What's up, guys? Back again with another UFC video on the UFC Fight Night card, Lewis versus Brown. This video is going to be about the FS1 Prelims. Going to give you guys my picks and predictions with some analysis. So let's go ahead and get started here. First fight on FS1, we got Jack Marshman against Thiago Santos. Strikers, two power punchers. Both of them got really good power. Jack Marshman's coming off a win against Magnus Siedenblad, I think his name was. Finished him, I think it was in the second round. Yeah, this guy got some good power. Thiago Santos is coming off in 2 losses right now. His last loss was to Eric Spicely, where he got tapped out in the first round. And before that, he lost to Gegard Mousasi, who's obviously one of the top guys in the division. So he was ranked top 15, for a short moment there, and now obviously he's out of the top 15. Anyways, so I see this fight playing out on the feed. Both these guys not really known for takedowns. You guys can just look at their stats right there below. Yeah, and on the feet, I really like Thiago Santos, guys. This guy just has a proven, track record. We've seen a lot more of him in the UFC. Jack Marshman, his last fight, he looked good. Has some power, but he only has 1 fight in the UFC so far. Let's see how he looks like against a better striker in Thiago Santos with some excellent power. And more than likely, if you stand with Santos for a long time, you're gonna get knocked out, man. This guy has really good striking, really good power, excellent head kicks, and just overall vicious multi. So I really like this fight. I think Marshman's more of a boxing style, while Santos has that multi style. And I think Santos here can catch him with one of those head kicks. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Thiago Santos here. And I think he's going to get a finish here. So I'm going to say Santos, second round knockout. Next fight, we got Amin Zahabi versus Reginaldo Vieira. We got Zahabi making his UFC debut against Vieira here, coming off a loss. So Zahabi here, obviously his last name right there looks pretty familiar. This is Firas Zahabi's brother, and yeah, this guy is actually pretty good. 6-0, all wins by finish, and I think all wins are in the first round. Good reach advantage there, also 4-inch reach advantage. Equally balanced in his finishes. You guys can see right there, 50% by knockout, 50% by submission. So this guy still hasn't went to decision yet. And Vieira, this guy has really no knockout power, just based on his stats. Likes to take you down, kind of just beat you up on the ground, maybe work for a submission, but he's not super impressive on the ground from what I've seen from him anyway, in the UFC. Zahabi here, his style, he's very to me, it kind of reminds me kind of like a Mousasi. Seems very calm, will throw that jab out, try to time you with the power shot, with that power right hand. Yeah, he's very calm and very what do you want to say? What kind of word? He's just very precise with his strikes. He's very efficient. There you go. That's the word I was trying to look for. He's very efficient with his attack. He's not gonna just throw random strikes. Whenever he's looking to attack, he's gonna be efficient. He's looking to land, and he lands with power. And on the ground, he has some good submissions also, as you guys can see by his record right there. So this guy's dangerous on the feet, dangerous on the ground. And he's fighting against a guy who I don't really think is that good. So I'm liking Zahabi here on this one, guys. And I think in his home country too, in Canada, should make a successful debut. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick Zahabi here, and I also think he gets a finish. I'm gonna say second round knockout. Moving on to the next fight, we got Carla Esparza versus Randa Markos. Esparza's coming off a win against I forgot who it was. Go ahead and open up that up. Esparza's page here. Oh yeah, against Juliana Lima. I remember picking Lima there as an underdog pick. Anyways, yeah, Esparza went back to her, of course, back to her roots, back to that wrestling, just take you down, kind of hold you down and whatnot, land a little bit of punches. We got Randa Markos here. Her last fight is a loss against Courtney Casey, who's a big, tall girl for that weight class. She got tapped out in the first round. Before that, she had a decent performance against Jocelyn Jones Liebarger. You guys can see right there in the stats. Not a pretty record, but I think Markos is pretty decent on the ground. She's a good grappler, just like Esparza is, except Esparza here really likes going for those, for that wrestling, for those takedowns. Just kind of takes you down, like I said, kind of just lays on you, beats you up on the feet. Doesn't really seem too comfortable on the feet. She really just wants to get the fight down to the ground as soon as possible. Randa Markos does have some good submissions off her back. We can look right here in her stats. 3 wins by submission. I don't know if she has, yeah, she has no submissions yet in the UFC, but she knows what she has to do here in this fight. She has to stay off her back. She could threaten off her back. Like I said, she has the arm bars. She's working on her striking, but I want to say both these girls here are like pretty evenly matched. Both of them are good grapplers. Their striking's not super good. I know most people are gonna go with Esparza here, but I'm gonna go ahead and pick the underdog on here because, well, I think she has a shot. Plus, I'm also gonna be playing her on DraftKings, as a cheap option to get me the win. So, and I'm going to go ahead and take a risk there with her. So, Randa Markos, I think she'd get the win. I think it's gonna be a close fight. If she can keep it on the feet, it's going to be competitive. It's going to be a close fight. Like I said, it's in Canada, so hopefully Markos gets that nod. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Markos wins by decision, guys. All right, now for the featured fight on the FS1 Prelims, we got Nordine Taleb against Santiago Ponzinibbio. Taleb's coming off that knockout win against Eric Silva. Santiago's just kind of been smashing everybody. This guy's a beast, a lot of power. He's very aggressive, improving his take on defense in his last fight against Zach Cummings. He's a decent fighter. Yeah, so I think it's pretty obvious who I'm going to pick. I'm going to go ahead and pick Santiago on this one, guys. Talib's getting older. He hasn't looked too good in the UFC besides that last fight, which really surprised me. I remember picking Eric Silva, and then I was like, oh fuck. I was like, how the fuck this guy, gets knocked out by this guy? Like, I was like, man, I can't believe Taleb got that win. But Silva's getting cocky in that fight, deserved to get knocked out. But I think Taleb here is fighting someone who's really hungry, who's got momentum. He's trying to get to that top 15. A lot of people don't really talk about Santiago, but I think if he pulls out an impressive knockout win, they're gonna start mentioning him a lot more. So yeah, I think Santiago gets the win here, guys. I think he just has too much power. I think his striking's a lot better. As you can see in Talib's grappling stats, he does go for takedowns, but Cummings couldn't take this guy down repeatedly or hold him down. He only had one takedown on him, and Cummings is a lot better with his wrestling. So I really like Santiago here. I think he's gonna stay on the feet. I think he gets that knockout. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick Santiago to get a second round knockout. Alright, guys, so to recap on my picks here, I got Santos, second round knockout. Zahabi, second round knockout. Randa Markos by decision. And Ponzinibbio, second round knockout also. Alright, guys, so that's going to be it for my picks for the FS1 Prelims. Stay tuned. I'll be doing my video on the main card shortly or tomorrow. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're a new viewer to my videos. I do these UFC pick videos whenever there's a UFC card, so I'm always going to be sharing my picks pretty much. So yeah, stay tuned. Also, if you play DraftKings, or if you don't play DraftKings but if you're good with your picks and want to make some money, check my link below in the description. DraftKings, you could put some money in, maybe win some money here and whatnot. But yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys on the next video.